Today we are going to talk about a Remy human hair wig from Uniwigs. This is a budget-friendly human hair wig, and I say budget-friendly when they're under $500 if they're made with Remy hair, because that is a good deal. She comes in two colors, a brunette and a blonde. She's wonderful, and I'm going to tell you all about her right now. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I'm partnering with Uniwigs. They sent me Kim so that I could learn about her, style her up, and share her with all of you. I am so grateful to Uniwigs for carrying more budget-friendly human hair wigs. I know that wigs are very expensive. It's really challenging to find a wig that will work for you, and many women would love to try human hair, but it's pretty cost prohibitive. But Uniwigs has figured it out, and they carry Remy human hair wigs that rival the price of some of the major name brand synthetics, which is awesome. I will put some details in the description box below. I'll link this piece. I'll put a coupon code that will save you 15%. She is currently on sale for under $400, so with 15% off that, that's a really good price. And so hopefully all the information that you need to make a good decision will be either below or in this video. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. Now I put a curl in this wig. She dries practically perfectly straight, very little frizz, really great air dried quality. And let me show you what I used to put a curl in. So I used this curling iron right here. Beach Waver curling irons are my favorite because they have auto rotating barrels, so if you have trouble with your wrist, you don't have to rotate it. And this one is the 0.75 inch barrel, so it's the smallest barrel that they carry. So this barrel is what achieved this curl, because it didn't dry this way. And let me just define a term really quickly. If you're new to wig wearing, you may have heard me say this is a Remy human hair wig, and you might not know what that is. All that means is that all of the cuticles of the hair are aligned as they are when they grow out of your head. I have a video where I talk about Remy hair. The importance of it being Remy is it will help extend the life of the hair, but also of the wig, but also when hair cuticles are not aligned, they can tangle really terribly. So you really do want Remy human hair when you look at a wig. Any type of hair can be Remy. All it means is that the cuticles are aligned. I'll link that video in the description box so you can dig a little deeper into this topic if you'd like to learn more. Now this wig has a ear-to-ear lace front, and it's kind of in the major name brand synthetic world, this would be called a full mono top. This is called a lace top on a human hair wig, but you have free parting all on the very top. And here's that lace front. Now we'll talk a little bit about how this lace works because you can see it lifting, so stay tuned for that information. But I don't have this glued down because I have to take her off, so that's what the lace looks like. You can see the knots. So the knots on this wig are not bleached. That is really common on more budget-friendly wigs. If it matters to you that the knots are visible, you can use a little face powder and dab it on. You can use makeup. They have sprays that can hide dark knots. I'll link some ideas in the description box so that you can check them out. This is inside the cap. So you do have ear tabs. Sometimes when you have lace that goes all the way beyond the ears, you don't have ear tabs, but we do have ear tabs on this one, and we do have combs in the ear tabs, so if you struggle with security on your wigs, you can tuck that into your hair, clip it in, and then you'll get some security. I usually cut them out because I don't use them. We have an extended nape. We've got hook adjusters. You can see one of them came out. We have a comb in the back as well, so if you struggle with wigs riding up in the back, you can tuck this comb into, if you have a little baby ponytail back there, you can tuck the comb into it, and that will help with security. And then the rest of the wig is closed wefted. So let's talk about the challenges that can come with a lace front like this one, because the lace goes all the way beyond the ears and there is hair sewn into them. So if you wanted to pull the hair up or tuck the hair, that lace is going to lift unless you glue it down. Now I have a video where I talk about how to deal with lace like this. We all have different needs when it comes to wig wearing. So I buzz my hair, but I've always left the hair at my temples longer so I can blend it. I recently buzzed it off so that I could make a video where I talk about that, so I'm waiting for that hair to grow back. If I had all of that hair right here, I would cut all of this lace off. I would kind of end it there and I would cut the lace off and then I would blend my own hair. That way I could tuck, I could style, and I wouldn't worry about the lace lifting. I have a video where I talk about and I show this, and I'll make sure that's linked below. For those of us who don't have bio hair to blend or don't want to blend your bio hair, having lace like this, even though it might be a little more of a hassle to have to glue it down, will actually give you more realism, because when this is glued down, let's just pretend I've glued it down here, it mimics a hairline. So you can pull the hair back, you can tuck the hair, and it will look like you have a hairline all the way down. So while I don't prefer to glue my lace, and I have found a solution that works for me, if you've never considered gluing your lace down and you've struggled with realism on the sides or coverage, a lace like this can really help with that. So keep that in mind. There are lots of videos on YouTube showing how to glue lace down, and so definitely consider watching some of those if this is something you never considered. The website says that this is 130% density. Another challenge are density claims. There is no standard for density. Every company will assess density differently. So one company's 130, might be another company's 120. All I can tell you is this is a very natural density. It is not a lot of hair. It's not a thick, heavy, full head of hair. It looks perfectly natural, especially for someone who has been losing her hair for a long time. This is a great density. Let's talk about fit. On the website, it says that this wig is made for a 21.5 circumference. It also, I think somewhere I saw that it has a more of a petite cap claim. I do not believe that this wig is a petite cap. It is not fitting me like a petite cap. It is very loose on my head right now. I would have to cinch this all the way in. I have a 21.25 circumference. And I am getting a little bit of extra cap up here, not a lot. So I would say this is running more kind of average petite, closer to average around the circumference. I do find that when wigs have lace that goes all the way down like this, they often do fit me a little big, and I do like to go for small caps when I've got all of that extended lace. For me, this is comfortable because I'm used to wigs being loose on me. So I would wear it with a wig grip, I would cinch it in, and then it would be totally fine. Is kind of subjective as well as objective, and the subjective part is we all feel comfortable with different like tightness or looseness of wigs on our head, and none of our measurements are standard. So you might have an average circumference and a petite over the top, which can make it really challenging, which is why I love partnering with Uniwigs to review their pieces, because they have a really good return policy. So if you're unsure, you can buy with confidence because they do allow returns. Definitely check out all the details on their website before you make a purchase, because things change and this video could be 2 years ago. But just know that I often partner with companies that I think are going to do something really great for the wig wearing community. And in the case of Uniwigs, they have a great return policy, they have a lot of variety, and their prices tend to be more budget friendly. To summarize, then we'll talk about color. This is such a darling piece. The two things that I think people might be challenged with. Number one, the visible knots, but if you get the blonde, and we'll talk about that a little bit, I don't have the blonde, but I'll talk about it a little bit, then you probably aren't going to see the knots. If you wear bangs, you can cut a bang into this, and if you wear bangs, you don't have to worry about knots. If you wear it down like I've got it, it's kind of swooping to the side, I really don't think those knots are going to be terribly visible. Nobody's getting that close to your scalp, but again, watch the video that I'll put below where I give you some ideas of how to hide visible knots. That may be all you need to do. The second challenge is this lace on the sides. If you're not familiar with that, then you're going to have to figure out the best approach to making that work for you, whether it be to cut it off like I show in the video linked below, or glue it down. Let's talk about color. So I had said that this comes in two colors. The color that I have on is called Espresso Cream Blend. So this is Espresso Cream Blend. I don't know why I keep wanting to say clean cream. And the other one is Sandy Beige Blonde. I have not seen that one, but on their website they have a number of models, or reviewers I should say, who have that one on, so you can see that online. My guess is that they've reviewed this piece, and so there are reviews online, I'm sure. But I chose the brunette because I'm partial to brunettes. I'm a natural brunette, and this is just a great kind of a highlighted brunette. So we have got a base of what I would consider a medium dark brown. So it says espresso. I don't really see espresso here. I don't see a super, super dark brown. It's more of a medium brown. And then we've got kind of a sort of a blondish, maybe a dark blonde, light brown highlighting. It's not heavily highlighted. You can't see like stripy highlights anywhere at all. It's just a really beautiful blend that kind of brightens it up. I would say this is more along the lines of a medium brown overall. I will say that the browns are going to look a little darker in here than they are going to outside, so we'll look at this outside as well. But if you love brunettes and you like kind of highlighted, this has that for you. It's also more, it's not really red. So as I look at it, I'm seeing, you know, highlighted brunettes can be tricky because they can be warm without being red. And so I would say this is more on the warm side, but it's not red. It's not a super like in your face auburn. Brunettes can tend to sometimes be brassy when you highlight them, and I'm not seeing a ton of brassiness on this one. I think they did a really great job of coloring this one, because that's another area sometimes where budget-friendly wigs fall short is on color, but they did a really great job on the color of this one. So super cute piece, great price, curls beautifully. This is gonna hold a curl now for weeks, because if I just put her on a mannequin head, or I've got little 6-inch foam craft balls on my wall, on little nubs on my wall that I put my human hair wigs on, I won't have to restyle it. So I do think this one is gonna give you a lot of bang for your buck. All right, let's get outside. Oh, and let me just say, Uniwigs packages their wigs so awesome. Not only do you get just a beautiful box to store it in, but you also get a little bag. I mean, I just think they do a wonderful job with their packaging. So even though they're budget, they don't give you a budget experience. All right, that's all I have to say. Let's get outside and then you can see that air dried look. Thank you to Uniwigs for letting me show Kim. See you guys soon. Here we go. I'm really impressed. You know what? I've never really used that skinny curling iron to curl a shorter wig like this, but I think it's going to be my go-to from now on because I really love how it curled. I could not be happier with this color. All right, there you go. And really quickly, here is the air dried look. This is fully air dried. I've done nothing to her. I put no product in her. Washed her and let her air dry. She air dried so beautifully. I'm just so impressed. So natural, not frizzy, no curl pattern at all, just a really natural air dried look. I think this one would be so easy for a beginner because you don't have to take heat to her if you don't want to. There you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.